I had had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, you know. Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of Native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Hey everybody, good evening and welcome to the Tuesday night edition of Into the Night with your host, Sean Kelly. Hello Sally, good to see you. Heidi, you just be careful driving home. Thank you for holding it while you're driving. I want to thank PR and Talk Radio in 05.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. One announcement I have to make for tonight. Don't forget, right after my show, okay, you got my dear friend C.L. Thomas, and her podcast is called The Gateway Podcast. And she has another good friend of mine as a guest tonight, Mr. Don Yazzie, his podcast. Good day, Michelle, a.k.a. Miss A.K. But her guest tonight is another dear friend of mine, and Mr. Don Yazzie. So CL, she follows me on Tuesday night, and Don Yazzie follows me on Sunday night. So it's going to be an awesome show that she's going to have over there. So after my show, go over there and give her, some love. Tell her I sent you. And then just say, hey, John sent me. That would be great. That would be cool. But tonight I want to talk about, and I haven't brought this up in a long, long time. It's about animals and the insights that go on. Hey, Lisa Kirk, good to see you. And what animal we'll be talking tonight is about the raven. Oh yes, the raven. But for me, what really got me into the meditation back in what year was it? 1990, 91. I started meditating, and that's where I found my spirit guide. His name was Black Elk. He was a Lakota Sioux black shaman. And how I got him as a spirit guide, I was in a bookstore one day, and I was just looking at the different books that were out there in the store, and all of a sudden, this one book, it jumped out of my hand, off the shelf and into my hands. And the name of the book was Black, a Lakota Sioux shaman. And I just had to get it. So I took it home and I read it. And then it just seemed like everything clicked for me. Okay. Everything became a lot more clear when I got into the meditations. And I learned a lot from him. A friend of mine, she taught me how to meditate at the time that I got this book. And so when I meditated, Black Elk would be there for me. And he used to take me, we'd build a fire and sit around the fire and talk. He told me all the ins and outs about everything. I mean, he had so much information from that. Hey, Squats Man, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for popping. And he taught me everything. He taught me about the Native American way, the Lakota Sioux. He taught me about, different plants, different trees. And the best thing that he taught me was how to, I hate the word survive, but how to deal with situations that are occurring in my everyday life. And he was a powerful dude, man. He was a powerful man. And like I tell you, everybody, names that I tell you about. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. And, like Black Elk. And I tell you all, if I come up with him, and if you want to know a little bit more, just Google. So Google Black Elk, Lakota Sioux shaman. And it give you a little bit more detail about him. I mean, and as spirits go, they come and then go. And other ones pop in. Okay. It just seems like, right? It just seems like I got a lot of Natives, a lot of Native American spirit guides. And I don't know why they choose me, because I didn't choose them, they choose me. But each different Lakota Sioux that I had, they always taught me something different, Some of the guides I did have was Geronimo. I also had Ray Cloud. Hey, Marty, good to see you, buddy. But the most prettiest, most kindest lady, the spirit guide that I had was Mother Earth. Now, y'all might think I'm a little crazy and a little wacko here, but sharing in my story with you, and it's true. I met her. I don't know if I told you the story, how I met her, but that one time I was and I'm going to tell you, and I'm okay with it, you know. So one day I was in a meditation, and Black Elk, took me down by this lake. It was dark, but there were a lot of stars out there, a lot of stars. And at this lake, there was a lot of mountains. And so we're sitting there, and he's not talking to me. I'm just sitting there, and I'm just looking at what's in front of me and around me. How beautiful everything was. And then all of a sudden, 2 dolphins come out. Hey, Donna, good to see you, hon. 2 dolphins came out. And Black Elk said, go. And I never questioned him. I never questioned my spirit guide. Black Elk never did. And so I got up and started walking out toward the water. And as I was walking, these 2 dolphins circled me, and they took me to where their fin was under my arms like this, so I was like this. And so, and then they took me down under the water. And I'm thinking, I'm going to drown here. I was nervous. I was scared. And these dolphins, they just brought me down. They just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper into the water. And so we got to the bottom or somewhere in the water that was deep, and there was a hole. And they swam with me over to the hole. And what was crazy was that there was 3 or 4 red sharks circling that hole. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I figure I'm dead now, man. And I was nervous, honest with you. I was really nervous. And when we got closer to the hole, the great whites just swam away. And got up to dolphins. There's something wrong with my internet. But I got, I went through that hole. What stalagmites are, but it was orange. They had all these stalagmites that were everywhere. And I felt safe. It wasn't hot, it wasn't cold, it was just a peaceful feeling. Okay. And so I lost path. And all of a sudden, this little pup, like, it was a puppy. I thought it was a dog, but it wasn't. I was walking through the path. I got to a clearing, and there she was standing there waiting for me. She was tall, long gray hair, very, very, very beautiful. Okay. And she said to me, this is what I want you to do. This is the path that you chose. I'm not going to get into what she told me because that's between her. Okay. Sally says, my internet has been done too. Maybe the cold weather is breaking up every few words. Yeah, mine too. Must be a Pittsburgh thing. But when the meeting's over with her, she looked at the little puppy and she said, I said, oh, yeah. She said, yeah. And it wasn't a dog puppy, it was a wolf puppy. And I was like, wow. And she came. And I came out, out of meditation. And I tell you what, I slept really good that night. And that's how I got my wolf. See, and then I really got into animals because with humans. Okay. And so there was this little pup. His name was Lakota. I named him Lakota because of blackout. That's why I named him. And he's been with me ever since, even this day. He's still with me, and he never leaves me. And some of friends, I'll send Lakota there to help them out, and he goes. But that's how I got my alpha spirit guide, animal, from that meditation. And right now, Lakota, he's big, he's bad, and he kicks ass. He really does. And so when that happened to me, I got this book that was called, the book, Ted, he's the author, Ted Andrews. Let me type that in the thing. You seriously need to get this book if you're really interested in animal spirit. Ted Andrews. Hey, Kurt, good to see you, buddy. Animal. Okay, so I put the author and the name of the book in the chat. For the people who are not in the chat, the author's name is Ted Andrews, and the name of the book is called Animal Speak. And what that book does, that was like my holy Bible almost, when it came when I was really starting to learn about animals and what the purpose of all animals are all about. And what it does, this book, it gives you the animal and the spiritual meaning about the animal. What that animal does for you during the path that you are walking on. See, a lot of people out there, they animals for granted. But I look at animals as as human, like one of my brothers and sisters. That's how I look at animals. And oh, you're welcome, Heidi. And to me, my animals are like my family, my spiritual family. So I got my angels, and even though I got my spirit guides, but the animals are like my family. And they come into my life for certain reasons. Okay. Now, lately, and it's crazy, I'll go to work at 5 in the morning, and there's a rabbit right by my truck, and he's looking at me. Is there a link? I don't know where to get the link at, bro. I don't. But this bunny rabbit, kept, and I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? He won't move. I can walk right up to him and almost pet him, and he won't move. And then it got to the point where I said, okay, he's here for a reason. When I looked up what rabbit is all about, it's about fear. It's all about fear. The rabbit is in your life, Sean, is the fear fear that you are going through. Now, it comes to reading animals, because I read the animal spirit, not even terror, I don't believe in that. I look at the animal when I'm reading a person, and I come up with what I see, in my mind about the certain animal that this person has drawn. And when I looked at the rabbit, there was I was going through a lot of fear at the time with all my health problems. And it kind of woke me up. Not woke me up, but it kind of gave me a better outlook on the path that I was on at the time. Okay. Now, not all animals, they see, good to see you, honey. You got a great guest on tonight. But I learned a lot from that rabbit. And you know what? I learned my lesson from that rabbit. Okay. I don't want Heidi says, hello UPRN chatters. I'm at Wally World trying my best to get out of here. Good luck. I hope you do. Oh, dude. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Thanks, CL. Appreciate it. See my bud. But that's what's with rabbit. And now, for the longest time, I had ravens, and wherever I went, the ravens went with me. It's crazy. I would be pulling into the park lot at work at like 6 in the morning, and there they are greeting me. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. But what I used to do is that I would open my mind, okay? I open my mind and say hello to the ravens. And I always ask them, what message do you have for me today? A lot of people think that, you're that little voice in the back of your head. They call that your subconscious. It's not. To me, it isn't. It's not your subconscious. It's whoever you are talking to, animal, whatever, is giving you the message. And they would give me messages every morning. And I just listen to the message and I say thank you, and then I go to work. I remember this one, it was my birthday, and there's one raven, okay, that hangs around the house. He goes tree, whatever. And and he's always there. He's here in the morning meeting me. And I haven't seen him for about a week. And then was my birthday. And I pull in from work. And there he was, making that loud noise on my neighbor's roof. You know how them loud noises that they do. I'm like, holy crap, what's wrong with you? And I'm looking at him. What's wrong with you? And I just opened my mind, and he said, happy birthday to me. And I said, thank you for the birthday wish. And you know what he did? Right after that, he flew away. He knew I was going to be home at that certain time, and he knew it was my birthday. They're not dumb. I mean, they do know. So whenever I would see an animal on the road in passing, hey, Michelle, good to see you. Thank you for popping in. But every time that I would see an animal, I would write it down. And I would always write down the animal that I would see. I would go home and look at the book, Animal Speak, and I look the animal up, and it gives me why is it in my life? Why was it shown to me? And I will have to tell you, and this is the honest truth, 99.5% of the time, whatever you're going through, okay, whatever you're going through, and you see that animal, there's a reason. And it was always the right reason. I'm fond of mouses, mice. We have a lot of mice. And might take a little thing and make it into a big ass project. We'll take a little piece of, like, because they're always thinking, always skirting, always trying to get up on one people, and doing a lot of thinking, And so one day, a couple mices, they ran by me. And you know what? I went to the book and I read, the definition of the mice, why it's in my life. And it was so true. It was right there, black and white. Pretty soon we're going to be going on break, but I'd like to ask the people in the chat room, have you ever experienced animals that are constantly around you? And if you did, what animals were they? Yeah, it's bad glitching up here too, Michelle. So if anybody out there in the chat, or experience an animal that always follows you, if you want to share it, please share it. But we are going to go into the break right now. And what I'm going to do is do a 2-minute break, and then I'll be back for the second part. And we can go with this one.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Hey, wow, welcome back to the second part of In Tonight with me, your host, Sean Kelly. Again, I will want to thank UPRN Talk 105.3 Mississippi, 7.7 for allowing me to give you our on this platform Tuesdays and Sundays, 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. Also, Miss C.L. Thomas, the Gateway Podcast, okay, hers right after mine. I do believe she starts at 9:10 or 9:15. I really don't know. But she has my friend on Yazzie on, so it's going to be a great show over there. So whenever got them watching when my show ends, feel free to, not free, go and give her all kinds of love. And I'm telling you, with Dawn being her guest, it's going to be an awesome show. Well, guess what, Miss Mish? You said guinea fowl. All right, you said it. So I looked it up, hon, for you. The guinea fowl believed to offer protection against evil spirits and are seen as powerful protectors in some cultures. Known for their alertness and busy nature, they symbolize hard work, being early to rise, and seizing opportunities. Their loud, distinctive calls are symbolic of communication, are often seen working together, representing cooperation. In traditions like the Yoruba ethos, the guinea fowl is a symbol of harvest and new beginnings, representing the rewards of consistent effort. And due to rich eggs and numerous offspring, they are sometimes linked to fertility and abundance. And constant vigilance makes them a symbol of being alert to one hunting, both in a physical and spiritual sense. You're welcome, Mish. You're welcome, bud. How'd I get that for you during the break? And we'll do one. And this is mine. Let's see what we cat. Okay, this is the cats. The cats remind us to trust our instincts, value solitude, and honor our unique path. They are seen as having second sight, connecting to unseen realms and senses. They represent harmony between forces like activity, light and shadow, independence and companionship. Cats, especially black ones, are believed to ward off negative spirit and offer protection for the home and soul, healing and comfort. Their presence provide deep physical and emotional calm, easing stress and happiness. So there you go, Kurt. That's all about the cat. And this says that and they were all gone, over 25 of them, found on my side of the property. I took rain to get them back. But, okay, hold on. They wouldn't cross the gate barrier of the property. I said, spirits of my land, let them back in. They all walked back into my property. Hey, Case and good, buddy. I'm doing it today. My breath, doing the best I can. But so we got about 15 minutes left, and I was thinking tonight, and we ain't done one in a while. I'd like to give you guys a meditation exercise tonight if you're up for a meditation exercise. You can participate. You don't have to participate. But I'm going to listen to meditate. And it's good meditation too. It's a real meditation. So what I'd like you to do, everybody, whoever wants to participate in this meditation, I would like you to take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just keep taking breaths. Just take your deep breaths. And what I want you to do now is go to the meadow. Just go to the meadow. Whenever you get to the meadow, what I would like you to do is sit on the rock that's in the middle of the meadow. Don't worry about anything because nothing's going to hurt you on this meditation. But I'd like you to sit with all the flowers and all the trees around and feel the sun going, covering your body. And then all of a sudden now, you see a bird land in front of you. What I'd like you to do is I want you to get on the back of the bird, and the bird's going to start flying. And he's going to fly you to places that you need to see. There is a lesson where this bird's going to take you, and I don't know where he's going to take you, wherever the bird is going. Now you have to remember one thing: don't show no fear, because nothing will happen to you in this meditation. Just on the back of the bird and fly. Let it take you to wherever you need to go. And the bird's flying now. So keep your eyes open, no fear, and look where the bird takes you. So please keep your eyes open still. Feel the wind at your back or in your face. Start talking to your bird. It's okay to ask questions, and they will answer you. Just keep on flying and keeping your eyes open. And you will be surprised on what you see. If you start getting scared and you can't go nowhere else, and you need to leave the meditation, just come back. Now, the bird's going to return to the rock. And when the bird leaves you off at the rock, I want you to thank the bird for taking you on you what you needed to see. I want you to thank him. And now, what I want you to do, sit on the rock again, and I want you to look at the tree line that's ahead of you. Line, okay. I want you to look, and whatever animals come out of the woods, those are your spirit animal guides for you. Let's remember what animals are there. Okay. Then after the show, you can come down. And then you can look them up. And you can get your answer. So I'll give you a minute or 2 minutes. See the animals that are coming out. Okay. On the count of 3, you're going to wake up. 1, 2, 3. Wake. Do a little stretching, or the shoulders, you get the blood flowing again in your body. And so, everybody, that meditation I did with the bird. I mean, if you really need to sleep at night, if you really need to relax, that is a very good meditation to do. It's like going on the back of the bird and let the bird fly. Even if the bird don't take you anywhere, still, it helps you relax. And the second one, with the animals coming out of the tree line. Okay. I do that all the time. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. And when I come out of the tree, and I do that big rock there in the meadow, and just see what animals pop up. And sometimes I just like to just go there to the meadow, imitate, or just be there, because it's very, very comfortable. It's really peaceful for me. What I'd like to know is if you're willing to share how your experience with doing these little meditations. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on, about spirit animals, animal spirits that help you guide through your everyday path. So every animal, there's a reason why that any animal that pops into your life, you can change the location. Okay, I can do that next time, buddy. But there's a reason for any animal or bird out there, that part of your life that's gone through your path. In case says could only see deer. That's so good. And Case and great deer is family. kindness, peaceful, caring. Thank you for sharing that, Kason. Thank you. But the animals are there to help you. Just have to have that open mind and understanding why they're there. And they're there to help you. Could be a dog, could be a rabbit, could be a deer, whatever. Then you happen to look up in the sky and there's always a bird down there. Michelle says, I'm thinking forests, there are only so many animals that dwell there. Well, that's true, you know. I mean, there's no forest down there in New Zealand or Australia, just kangaroos. So maybe the kangaroos, you know, it's a joke. But we are getting close to the end. Got about, 3 or 4 minutes left. And I really hope you enjoyed that meditation. I cannot express how much that the animals have helped me through my path that I am. You know, so open your eyes, open your minds, and whenever that animal crosses your path, write the name down. Johnny says, I saw my dog who passed away 2 years ago. Oh, thank you for sharing that, Johnny. God bless you. And the meaning behind dogs is dogs mean loyalty. They're very loyal. That's what dogs are. And I believe that, you know. But that's for another show. So, I don't know. We got about 3 or more minutes left to go. I got at least like 50-minute mark here. Is there anybody out there has any questions that they would like to ask? You know. Is everybody getting, Kurt says, here's what birds everyone had shown up to them in the meditation. And if that's any significance, knowing or unknowing to them. That's a good question, Kurt. Kurt wants to know what showed up for each person who went on this meditation. Great question, Dick. What was your bird, Kurt? What was your bird, buddy? Well, you know, people might share that or not. That's okay. It's all in their meditation. And everybody out there, if you are, don't be afraid to share anything in this room. We are all open. A bluebird. Okay. Now what I need you to do, Kurt, is with that bluebird, I need you to go and go to Google or whatever and look up meaning behind bluebird. And whenever you find that spiritual meaning for the bluebird, I guarantee it, I bet you 2 to 1. It's all right, Wojo. Happy birthday to you, brother. Whatever the bird, you know, check it out and read it. And I guarantee it there, Kurt, that it will be the reason why it's there. You're welcome, Kurt. You're welcome. And so, I don't know. I just hope everyone's getting ready for Christmas. I hope you enjoyed the show that we had on Sunday night. People who saw ravens are cool, I suppose. That's true, Steve. Bojo, all bird feathers have spiritual meanings. I'm always grateful for you too, Heidi, for what you do for UPRN and for me. But they do. Now, I'll tell you one real quick story I got now. Lakota, my wolf, he is my alpha. He's the male side. The feminine side is red-tailed hawk. Cool, but I didn't see any ravens. It's funny. But like I said, my male side is the wolf, Lakota, and my feminine side, because we all have the alpha and the male and female side. We all have that energy on us. You can't get away with that. It's true, we do. And my female energy was a red-tailed hawk. And how I got the red-tailed hawk here, was that one day I was sitting on my porch and there was a hawk sitting on the power line right in front of my house. Okay. And it flew away. And the very next moment, I saw that hawk fly a car. It's a true story. And he dropped something on my car. And it was a dead mouse. He left me a mouse as a present. I'm like, what? That was. But I just wanted to share with you. Everybody, thank you again for coming on tonight. I hope everyone had a good time. I hope everybody did the meditation. Oh, no. Ravens are great, Mish. They're not naughty. But I want to thank everybody for popping in tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Again, I have no outro music, so I can't play my outro music. But children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. No, you did, Kurt. You did get to me. And parents, please go to your children and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents, and if you have no children, find somebody, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And don't forget, this is the holiday season, and this is a bad time when people who have really bad mental illness, who get depressed a lot, whatever. Please keep in touch with them, check on them to see if they're okay. Good night, and I will see you.